Hey guys, Jen here from Craft Penguin Planner. Welcome to my channel. Today we are planning the week in my Classic Happy Planner, and we're using the freebies for the current sale I have going on. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about, stay tuned because I'm going to tell you about it. So that's what we're using. These are the freebies you can get during the sale. So this is what we are going to use in my planner. So let's jump on in here. So it has been a doozy of a past week. I think I told you about the roof in my daily video, but more stuff happened Saturday, which would have been after I filmed that video. So yeah, I was out delivering Saturday, as I usually am. And well, I'd been sitting still for like an hour. Decided I was going to go home early. But during the time that I was out, I was noticing something with my vehicle. As I was driving and I would turn the steering wheel, it would go thunk, thunk. And I'm like, that's not normal. Don't know what that is. So when I decided I was going to call it quits, I said, okay. And I came home, put my stuff down, and then I went over to my friend's house, and I knew he had, I don't know if he was off. I think he must have been off of work Saturday, but, because I think he's usually off on the weekends, but I'm like, I found him. He was in the back working on a project. And I was like, hey, I hate to bother you, but can you look at the Jeep? And he's like, what's wrong with it now? He's like, what's it doing now? And I told him. And he's like, So he came out and he starts looking at it. And he's like, how much time you got? And I'm like, I'm done for today. So I have as much time as you need. So he's like, okay. So he starts ripping the front end of it apart. He put it up on jack stands. He starts looking at everything and checking different things that he thinks could potentially be the problem. He found one thing that he was like, I don't think it is the problem, but it is a problem. And fortunately, that problem was something we had fixed within the last like year or so. It was something, and apparently it was going out again, unfortunately. But fortunately, we got it through their work, and so it was able to be warranty exchanged. So that was good. I think we're going to use like some of this stuff in the sidebar. Just mostly because it's kind of what I have. There are 6 of these freebies, and then there's another full box freebie here. So I have enough for a box every day. Now these are standard size, so they're not going to fill the entire thing here, but it's fine. So yeah, he was looking through everything and he found that one part which he's able to warranty exchange, but he was trying to troubleshoot it and he was starting to get really tired. So he's kind of like, he decided, let's put it off till the next day. He would drop me off at my house, and he did. And the next day, he looked at it more in detail and determined it was the rack and pinion, which, trust me, I don't know enough about cars and stuff. I kind of want to just cover that up. Somebody's making noise now out there. I don't know if it's like a chainsaw or what it is. They're making some noise now. So hopefully you don't hear that because it's annoying. I don't know if it's a chainsaw or weed eater or something. It's something noisy. We'll go like that. I thought about moving it down just a little bit. It doesn't really matter. This, as I've mentioned prior in other videos, but if you're new, welcome. You wouldn't have known because, if you're new, well, you haven't seen my videos before, then, this is crooked. I think that's a little better. I am only really using this planner as kind of something to just play in and set up for YouTube videos and such. So I'm not actually physically using this week to week. They are making too much noise and driving me crazy because I'm trying to focus, and it's hard to do that when you got someone making all that noise. Go figure. But anyways, if you're like me, or do I want to put it here? There's something like on the planner page, and I just don't know what it is. So maybe if I put it here, I can kind of cover up whatever that is. And then I still have room down here to do something. We're going to go ahead and use like one of the full boxes every day. And then we'll come back and figure out stuff from here. Because I would just do like everything from one sheet per day. But then I realized when I created this, I didn't think that through. Because this one is the all order freebie and it's a little bit different. So I can kind of change things up, mix it up a little bit through the thing. So, and that means I only have 6 of the checklists, which most people I feel like would use it like, more Monday to Friday and not the weekend. But then again, I don't use this planner as like most people would anyways. All I'm using this for at this point in time is a mock spread type thing. Yeah, they're driving me crazy with the whatever they're running equipment. I don't even know what they're doing with it. They're just making noise. So, anyways, do I want to go here? Maybe like right in the middle, in between. So yeah, the rack and pinion has something to do with the steering. That much I got. And you have to go deeper down below the engine and all that good fun stuff to get to it. So it was something that my friend could not do in his driveway, which then makes this much more expensive of a fix than it already was. And then I hope you can't hear it. It sounds like a chainsaw. it made it much more expensive of a fix than it could have been. And, I am half-minded to pause and do this more. I kind of want to put it at the top, but I also want to put glitter headers up there too. Let's just do these now and then across the top, and then I'll worry about the rest after. It's really distracting. I'm sorry, guys. I have other things I need to do too today, which is why I'm trying to film this now. They always pick when I'm filming to make noise every time. Have you noticed that? It always seems like that to me. And it drives me crazy because, you could be quiet all day, and as soon as I decide to sit and film, that's when they want to make noise. I have these. These are the same ones, but I'm trying to. I know I have, 3. I should have, 3 of each or whatever. I may have messed up and done the opposite one first. I think I have 4 of this one, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I probably should have started with those. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna make it work no matter how we do it. All right. Where did I? Okay, I'm not gonna worry about that right now because right now we're just putting full boxes down, and then I'll come add glitter headers however and wherever from there. I just was thinking, I don't even know which side is up now, because I think it's just one of those where some of them are right side up and some of them are upside down. So I don't even know which way is what anymore. It doesn't really matter. We're just gonna go with it. And then so yeah, the Rakuten pinion has something to do with the steering, and they have to get pull the support from below the engine out in order to be able to do it. He couldn't do it in his driveway. So basically that meant that it had to go to a shop. So Dave called around to a couple of places and that our friend recommended, and all of the places wanted I guess I could kind of really just stair step all the way down, which actually might be kind of fun, but let's see. If I do one here, I wonder if I did like this, and if I move this up, hold on. The Happy Planner paper isn't as forgiving as Destiny's paper was. That might be cool. Even though the other side isn't stair-stepped at all. It's just kind of random, but I'm not opposed to doing it like this on this side. We're gonna just mess around and do it. Let's do it. I was gonna say, I don't think it matters which one goes where. So yeah, a lot of them said it. Obviously, they want to do their own diagnosis. They don't want to just take his word that that's what it is. And completely understandable. I get it. That's how shops work. So that was going to take at least a day in diagnosis. And then, because you're also talking they're much smaller shops too. Then on top of that, you then have the time it takes to work on it, which is even more time. So yeah, it came down to, we ended up deciding to take it to Firestone, because Firestone, as much as we didn't want to deal with them, they had the quickest turnaround time. So we're like, okay. They said it could be done in like 2 days, is what they told us. So I don't like it. I don't like it right there. We're gonna go right here. And it may get changed. So yeah, we took it to them, and we did the overnight drop off so that way they could look at it in the morning. I don't think it matters. Do I go above or below the box? Because it's really gonna not make much of a difference one way or the other. Now I'm really regretting that I started with the other, with this color, because I should have started with the other. It's okay. It will be fine. All right. This one should go. Do I want to go above or below? I'm gonna go off. We're gonna kind of play a little bit different because I'm running out of with the same color stuff. I was just trying to make it different a little bit. Break it up. Yeah, so we took it to Firestone, and much to my surprise, they were able to get it done like really fast. They did diagnose it. It was the rack and pinion. Surprise, surprise. Just like my friend said. He knew what he was talking about. He used to be a mechanic. Now he just works at an auto parts store. Much easier on his body. But he knows what he's talking about. All right. It's a little bit different, and I've got some lines that I'm clearly going to want to cover up. That one's just odd looking because it's such a small space, but we're going to make this work one way or the other. We have all kinds of boxes and checklists and things we can add in. Let's add like a checklist a day through, I guess we'll do Monday through Saturday with checklists. How about that? Since I have 6, I'm gonna do this because I'm gonna try to figure out colors where I want them and all that. I bet you it's my neighbor with the power equipment out there. I guarantee you it is. But do I want to go in the middle like that? I mean, it's not like I don't have space enough to do something like that. To just be able to give it all the room in the world. And this one would have less space, but at least it would fill a gap. Like I have plenty of space. This, I mean, I almost could move the header up and put it with the, or I can just stick it No, maybe let's not do blue because it's going to be probably next to that header somewhere. Let's do this. I have other boxes. I don't know which one will fit there. Maybe one of these will fit better there. But I have other boxes that could fit in there. You know what? Let's do something because I don't want to, I'm like, I want to use a different color. I don't want to make it where I'm too tight and don't have room to put a box in there. I can move the header a little bit, you know. So that's what I'm doing. And then what color did I put? Green? I don't think it matters. Even if it wasn't. Why can I not lay this straight? I think I laid that crooked and that's made everything else crooked. Oh, goodness. Why do you think sometimes I stick everything, I butt them up on each other? Because it's easier to lay things straight when it's on something that's straight and not like got gaps in between. I don't know. That's not straight still, but it doesn't want to let me make it straight. Are we good now? That's a little better. All right. I think we're going to put right underneath and cover this line up. So I feel like I have to give it a little bit of space at least because that one has huge gaps. Unless I move it. I mean, that would have a huge gap too if I did that. Let's just put it down here. I may move that first one just because it is such a giant gap. I don't mind giving it a little bit of a space, but I feel like that's just too much. That's excessive. Come up. I can put like a doodle grid there. So, yeah, so believe it or not, Firestone was able to get it done really quickly and I got it back already, thankfully. But now I got to pay the credit card off. Because that was a pretty penny. It was not a cheap fix. Unfortunately. That's the sad thing about it. All right. Let's put a box over here. I may move this one because I want to, some of these weird spaces like this, I want to take care of. Oh, wow. If I put this like right up against it, it's like right on the edge of that line. So this is really only moving up a sliver. All right, cool. I want to cover that. So I'm going to try to give a bunch of these. It won't be every day that I can give well, actually, I can give every day at least one of these boxes because there's 2 on each of the 6. So that means there's 12 of these. These are like kind of like a third size box. They're not a half box and they're not a quarter box. And these are like a little bit smaller, I think, than a quarter box. So we're just going to fill in with some boxes and just load my hand up with a bunch of them and see where it lands. And that's how we're playing this. So yeah, it has been one heck of a week. Is that all of them? That's all of them. There's a whole bunch of them. So I did a colorful one, a print one. Okay, cool. Solid print, solid print, solid. It just happened to work out print, solid. So if I do a solid, why? Why are they crooked? Like, I just saw this one being crooked. I'm like, it's gonna drive me crazy. There you go. It's a little better. All right. Solid. So it's yellow, blue, or green. Well, which works because there's pink there. Maybe we'll go, oh, or orange. Let's go green. And where do I want to put it? Maybe here. Why can I not lay these boxes straight? You know, it's like when I have the gaps between the columns, I have no problems lining them up straight. But when it's like this and it has they're all right up against each other, I seem to have more issues. It's weird. I guess we'll put this one at the bottom. Got to fill in some of this white space here. That one already has one, so let's do a print one here. I guess we can do on the bottom of this one too because its box is also pretty far up. And then we need a solid color that's not orange. Let's do yellow because there's blue on the header. I want to put a doodle grid down there. This day could be one that I put like maybe 2 of these boxes because, you know, maybe it's being Monday, I have more to do. Maybe. Let's go ahead and put a doodle grid down here because I know it's going to be a good fit. I will just leave that open for now. I have 4 more boxes we can lay down, and then I have all the smaller boxes of these, all these various sizes. So, and don't forget, I still have these that I can add in randomly somewhere too if I want to. So we have plenty we can do. So yeah, I decided to run a sale because I just need to pay for this fix that was super expensive. I hate that it's super expensive, but it is what it is, and I need transportation, so I didn't really have a whole lot of option but to get it fixed. So, yeah, that's why I'm running a sale. The sale runs through Sunday. You have plenty of time. Nope. We're going to switch that out. This one has a printed one or a print one. And then, do I put it with this one? It would kind of fill up that gap kind of perfectly. So, all right. So then I added them like extra ones Monday through Friday. All right. What else? So now we have all of these, 6 of each. And I'll just probably I'll probably make sure I add some of these on like Saturday and Sunday because they're the ones that seem to be getting less right now just because they are, you know, in a typical work environment, these would be your days off for most people. So you would think there would be less things going on that you would need to put. But see, for me, I do deliveries all weekend. So these days are busier with work, although weekends may be busier with home life for people. But for me, I'm busy or with work the end of the week, I do have stuff in the earlier part of the week because I do my shop stuff early part of the week. However, and that will take care of all of these. All 6 of these will be out. But words are hard. I think doodle grid will be great right here. How about a big orange one? Yeah, that's perfect. So yeah, we'll put this with this here. I have I do a lot of my errandy type stuff in the early part of the week, in between shop work stuff. I'm like looking at that going, why does it seem like it's clearly not straight? Because the gap that I left there is not even on one side to the other. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Is there anywhere that needs like a really thin box? Not particularly. So we're just gonna add them kind of how I feel in here. Nope. Let's pick a different color. I apparently can't choose a color without going through like 4 of them first. I was looking at them going, oh, nope, we don't want purple. I have a purple box there. Nope, I don't want green. It's next to that header. No, I don't want blue because it's good. Match it. That's when I landed on orange. So let's see. Like I said, for me, a lot of my deliveries are on the weekend. A lot of my actual like things that I have to get done are done in the early part of the week, and that's just because of my delivery schedule. No, that looks like the same pattern, and I don't want the same pattern. I still have 2. So, yeah, it really doesn't matter. We're just going to add these somewhere. Okay, it's the orange one that's crooked. Okay. I'm like, either that box is crooked or something else is, and it was this one because that one was fine. All right. I got 3 more skinnies. I added one here, here, and here. So we can add one. I feel like this needs something here. I know now I'm not really chatty because I don't know. I'm trying to think too hard as to how to put this stuff down, which gets to be fun when I'm doing that. All right. This is what I have left besides these. And I'm thinking add one of these kind of on Sunday because there's like a huge gap right there. And it just needs something. And then maybe it decided it wanted to jump down on the page where I wasn't ready for it. That can go there. And then let's just pull these all off. I am going to save these few things right here, like the sale ends and begins stickers. I am going to save those, but for now I'm going to just stick that over there in that pile. I'm like, that would fit beautifully right there, except it would have been green with the green, and I didn't particularly care about that. So let's do. Do I settle for pink and pink and blue, or do I switch it? It's going to be this way better. I was just thinking because the square and the square being near each other may not have been my first choice, but I think this is good. Is there somewhere I can squeeze this? Because then we can say we used the whole thing. I could put it there. That's like literally the only spot. I kind of feel like maybe if I move this, maybe Saturday doesn't need that. Maybe we can just give this one to Sunday so that Saturday can have like an extra thing here. There. It's a little better. Okay. That's cute. And it literally is all the freebies except for those 2 stickers and an arrow. I feel like maybe we can just stick an arrow on something just so that way it gets used. Maybe I can put an arrow here and then have it point to something that I write in, whatever that would be. So then I'll save these 2 to put on somewhere. I mean, technically, if I wanted, I could put like sale begins, sale ends on here and just be done. But I'd rather use those in my daily. So I'm going to save that. But we used all the freebies. So that was pretty good. I like it. I think it's great. So yeah, the freebies are tiered freebies. So depends on what you spend. Find the graphic on my social medias. You get certain ones. I have it like all orders get that. Every $10 from there spent gets one of the other freebies, and I believe the big one was 75. So they stack on top of each other, so then you'll get all of them and you can make a beautiful big spread, or you can do what I like to do too and use them in my daily, or you could use them in a journal, however you want to use them. So anyways, that's it for this video. I'm gonna go get off of here because I have other things I need to get accomplished today, and I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.